Hi, I'm Tristan Singleton, and this is the art of fishing. Fishing is a prehistoric event, which means it's been taking place since before the recording of time. In the 18th century, fishing turned from a way of survival to more of a recreational activity for the wealthy. Today, many people fish in terms of a recreational activity more than a way of survival. Fishing has evolved from the use of hands to the use of spears to nets and then to rods, and then today, which is most commonly used, we use a combo of a rod and a reel. Some fishing pole variations in usage. So there's all sorts of types of fishing poles. This one, for example, this is a fly rod. This pole here, this is called a spinning rod, and the spinning rod can be used for deeper water, and then the fly rod can be used for surface fishing, and then a bait caster is used to fish in a more accurate way when it comes to casting, and you can use larger lures. So the basic parts of a fishing pole: you have your rod, which is the big long part with little circles on them, they're called eyelets. And then this part right here is the reel, which holds your line, and your line runs up through the eyelets, and then you can cast it with a lure here on the end. There are many types of lures. You can use spinners, crankbaits, jigs, and many other methods. Why do I fish, and why should you fish? To me, it's very peaceful, it's relaxing, and then worst case scenario, you can always fall back on fishing as a survival technique for food. If this is something you'd like to do, where do you start? To go fishing, you can go in anywhere in your local area, like reservoirs, ponds, streams, rivers, and then thankfully for us, we have the lake right up by us. And then for people down in Florida and whatnot, they could fish in the ocean, but that's more of like an advanced kind of fishing. What can you fish for? Around here, you can fish for bass, which is probably my favorite fish to fish for. You can fish for bluegill, which are pretty small and easy to catch. Catfish, which are pretty big and they're a little harder to catch. And then perch you can catch on the lake, which are pretty good to eat. If you're going to fish, something very important you need to have: if you're 16 years or older, you need to have a license, and you also need to be aware of the regulations. There's bag limits for fish, and then if you'd like to get a fishing license, you need to go through the Department of Natural Resources, and this is their website below, ohiodnr.gov, and they'll give you all the basics of what you need to do. To conclude, we've talked about the history of fishing, about how we've used many different poles, and then there's a few basic ways of how you can get started if it's something you're interested in. Again, I'm passionate about it because it's a lot of fun to me and I enjoy the outdoors. Thank you.